Here are 10 bread and butter outerwear brands I think you guys should know for Q4. Hello guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Arilia, otherwise known as martziechic here and across all of my other social media platforms. And today I have a really fun video for you guys. If you guys watched my last video, I recently just put out a 10 BOLO brands outerwear list that you guys should know, but also I wanted to make a second follow-up video to that for any of you that really can't find those BOLOs pretty often, but if you're looking for just some bread and butter pieces to fill your closet up with to make more sales with overall. But it really depends on what state you're living in and what your demographic is like as well. So if you live in a more outdoorsy state like Colorado, you might have things like Patagonia, Cotopaxi, Cool, and all of those types of outerwear brands. But say you live in a more rural state and you find a lot of vintage finds, some of these styles can still be pretty popular. So I know I mentioned some trends in my last video, but I wanted to mention a few more trends here in case you guys didn't watch that video and want to catch up. So one of them that I mentioned in the last video was trench coats. I think those are in really high demand right now, especially with everyone headed back into professional careers. And then after that as well are like fun furry jackets, because I think in the cold wintertime months, if people want to stand out or if they're going out to something or having a special event, I think it's going to be essential that they're cute and comfortable as well. And lastly, if you're looking for an absolute basic in your Poshmark closet, puffer jackets and down coats are going to be your best friend. But additional styles you guys could be on the lookout for are leather pieces as well as shackets, because those are pretty popular right now for the fall. Now, I will just say all of these brands today are completely my opinion. I'm sure that you guys have heard of them before, but I'm not sure if you guys actually know a lot about their worth. So I'll just be going through all of these today with you guys in hopes that they can make you sales so you can pick them up when you go out sourcing. If y'all are looking for some more BOLO content to expand your reselling knowledge, I do have a whole playlist that I'll be linking above and down below for you guys to go and binge watch so you can keep up with all of the current trends. But let's head into the video here. I'm just going to be kind of rapid firing, really just getting down to the nitty gritty of it and explaining exactly what you guys should be picking up. So I have my notebook, let's get into it. The first brand here is Madewell, but especially their wool trench coats have been really hot here for Q4. You can usually get about $100 for these, so definitely do not let someone lowball you on these. I have not stumbled upon one yet, but I feel like they're pretty common because Madewell is a pretty common brand as well, so do be on the lookout for those. But going along with that, Calvin Klein is my second brand here, and they are also really popular for the same thing. I know they also have puffer jackets, but I think that they are in lower demand. So if you find some of their wool long trench coats, these can go pretty well right now for around $70. This is one of my favorites and the third brand here, and that is the North Face. Pretty popular brand all around, but I've been noticing a lot of people aren't picking this up at the bins as often. This is an absolute great bread and butter brand for you guys to be picking up, especially if people around you aren't picking it up, because if you're only picking it up for $2, you can usually resell the North Face jackets, even the older furry styles, as long as you depill them and clean them up, for around $40. So I absolutely would be doing that because I think that's a quick way to make a profit. I hate to say this fourth one because it absolutely aggravates me, but that is the brand Zara. So Zara has a ton of neutral styles that you guys should be on the lookout for, not only in trench coats but also in puffers. These are the blogger favorite styles, and they can go from $70 all the way up to $100. So do be on the lookout for Zara coats because I think that they can definitely yield you a good profit. And also, if you find one, make sure to try to look up the style beforehand just to see if it's actually worth picking up. And the fifth brand here, going along with all of the wool styles that I just mentioned, is J. Crew. J. Crew confuses me because some of their styles are really good to pick up and others aren't as much. But if you find one of J. Crew's wool coats, these can usually go over $50. So if you find J. Crew, say at the bins, but even at your local thrift store, if it's not marked up too high, you can definitely still flip it on Poshmark. You guys know the drill though, it's in the middle of the video here, so I would love it if you guys would give this video a little thumbs up down below to support me and my channel, and we're gonna keep going. The next brand here is not new to me, but I definitely should be picking up more of it, and that is Ralph Lauren. I have a hard time picking up bread and butter brands sometimes, and this is definitely one of them, but after looking at the comps on these, I will be picking these up. So the Ralph Lauren vintage windbreakers go for around $60. So if you find these in your local bins, absolutely pick those up. The seventh brand here is one that I'm guilty of picking up based on trend, but that is actually Old Navy. If you find Old Navy fuzzy or Sherpa jackets, these can go for $25 to $40, which seems like it'd be on the low side, but if you do find several of these in the bins, they do add up because those items definitely are more expensive than any of their other items. The eighth brand here is also one that I'm so guilty of not picking up, and that is the brand Michael Kors. I think it's just because Michael Kors has a history of being oversaturated, but literally any time that I've listed a Michael Kors, I've sold it next day. So if you find a Michael Kors puffer or trench coat, these can go for around $80 to $100. Make sure that you are not taking any lowball offers on these. The ninth brand here, my rural resellers will love, and that is the brand Woolrich. Woolrich has a ton of different options for outerwear. Whether those items are wool or canvas or Sherpa lined or whatever, Woolrich is a great brand for outerwear that you should be picking up. Really along all categories, Woolrich is great if you are a reseller, but especially if you do find their jackets because they usually sell for around $50, which I think is great, especially for you guys that don't have access to any type of other BOLO brands. And the final brand here is actually one that I learned from Instagram Reels from another thrifter, and it is the brand LL Bean, but specifically LL Bean's vintage snap button fleeces. These look a lot like Patagonia cincellas, but they can resell for around $40. So if you're finding these in your bins and you're looking based on style, these are definitely a great one for you guys to be picking up. But those are all of the brands I wanted to mention to you guys today. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up down below. And also subscribe if you are new here and want to see more content from me like this. I will be seeing you guys in my next one. Bye!